ready. This is going to be exciting.
And the guy restarts up and go. Green flag is out and we're underway.
Just a few laps into this. Oh, the 37's getting loose. Oh, and he saves it. Oh, they're going 3 wide.
We've got a 5-way fight for the win of this race coming to 4 laps to go. He's gonna win it here in spectacular fashion.
Well. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Lincoln Tech IndyCar Series here on V-Speed. My name is Eddie Smith, and we're glad to have y'all here with us tonight. Well, tonight we're at the granddaddy of all racetracks. Not quite the oval. Everybody loves the oval, but today we're taking a little ride on the road course, a little preparation for what's to come in the next week. Indy Grand Prix here tonight on V-Speed. We're 5 races into this thing. Rick Ravon has dominated this series so far. Last week, he got black flag for not changing compounds. We'll be able to bounce back this week and get the win here at Indy Grand Prix. He's got a lot of competition out there. A lot of folks going to be fighting to try to get that win. Nathan Graham was the winner last week. Who can kind of break this Rick Ravon thing up? And let's get a win, or will Rick come out swinging tonight? We're going to find out here on V-Speed. I want to thank Lincoln Tech for their sponsorship of the entire fall series, but also this IndyCar series. Lincoln Tech going to be having a car show in just a week or so, about 10 days actually. And Goat Locker's going to be there handing out the sim rig for Alexander Sexhauer. Going to be an awesome deal. If you're around that area on the 3rd of October, go check it out. Well, tonight is all about this Indy road course. It is probably one of my favorite road courses on the circuit. It's such a fun oval circuit. It's got 14 turns, and it is just a blast to drive. You know, most of these roval type circuits are kind of boring, kind of lame. But this one is not. It's got all the right flow, the technicality, the speed, everything you would want in an IndyCar race. It's got it. And you can see the turns, the start finish line, how it's all laid out right there. And 2.4 mile racetrack. Hey, I'll tell you what, we got a little fun little thing going on here tonight. We got open qualifying. Well, normally we've been doing qualifying in a way that is, it's solo qualifying. And I do believe that we are all on track together. As we take a look at track right now, we'll go ahead and get you into the action. Maybe we can see some of this happening. And I don't know if everybody's on track together. We'll see. I'll take a look at it right here. Yeah, it does look like maybe they are. Let's go check out the 85 and the 38 to see if they are indeed on track together. No, it looks like it is solo qualifying. So it was supposed to be open qualifying tonight, but it looks like it is not going to be the case. So we'll have our normal, I do believe. I don't know if it's open like everybody's on the track at the same time. It may just be that they've got 10 minutes worth of qualifying, which I think is cool. Either way, it's going to be a blast to watch this. So I wanted to highlight it because not only do you get 1 lap, not do you get 2 laps. And, it looks like it is getting just 2 laps. So maybe a little, I thought it was supposed to be changed this week. So my apologies. But it looks like it is going to just be the 1 lap per driver. So I was building up something really awesome, but it looks like that's not the case. As we're watching Rick Ravon right now, who is up top of the leaderboard. And we'll see, maybe it shows right now iRacing just showing 2 laps, but 10 minutes worth of qualifying. So kind of bummed out, honestly. Was expecting to be able to cover a very exciting open qualifying, but not going to be the case right now as we watch Rick Ravon still go around the track. And, of course, Rick, somebody we've talked about all season, he has just been a dominant driver. He come in, he's just set the tone, and nobody really has been able to do anything about it just yet. He's going to finish his qualifying lap, and he is going to go right up to the top of the leaderboards by almost 0.2 of a second at the moment. Brian Provo in this gold, the old gold machine. I don't know if that's what we're calling it, but I just did it. But he is going through his final lap at the moment, and they've got 10 minutes, so might as well get out there and just see how the cars drive. Put a little bit of extra practice out there, but it looks like it is just going to be the 2 laps as we watch Brian Provo here try to lay down a fast lap. Currently sitting at a 1:13.369. He's got a ways to go to catch up to Rick Ravon, who is sitting at a 1:12.798. Blistering fast lap time is Matthias Marcomini. Going to go right up to 3rd position with a 1:13.194. So things are changing quickly as guys are closing the gap here on qualifying in the Lincoln Tech IndyCar Series. Jamie Lipke on track, Devin Smith on track, Doug Ellingson trying to get a lap down at all. Seems like he's been getting a couple off tracks here on iRacing. If you get off the track and get an incident, it will invalidate your lap time. You can see Brian Provo just dirt tracking it through there as he is going to come around. Obviously not happy about that lap. Maybe a little bit of frustration kind of showing himself. As we watch here, Zachary Menace has yet to put down a lap time. We'll see if he can get it done. We know he's pretty quick, has pretty good road course chops. Raced with him over in the GT3 Series quite a bit. See what he can do as far as lap times go. Let's go on board with it. You can see down into this corner right here. You kind of have to like swing it out a little bit. Not quite able to do it. Trying to stay right around that curbing. It's a hard turn right here. Sort of, you got to swing it out, then drive it down. You want to get the best drive off you get right here through the chicane. You really don't. You want to kind of go straight through there. You see, he uses all the track out there. That is legal to go out into that sort of wider asphalt. You really got to get woed up right here. Probably one of the most fun sections on any road course, in my opinion, is this section right here where you're trying to cycle through all those. You have this really weird corner right here before you get back on the oval, sort of the backstretch. And you're trying to carry as much speed as possible. And then you go to through this final infield section. First lap, 1:15.189. We'll see if he can do a little bit better than that. Comes off the final corner. Down the front stretch here at Indy. Such a cool place to run on the road course. End up on the oval. This time, Zachary Menace going to improve it quite a bit, but a 1:14.386. Going to be good enough just for that 10th position. So right now, Ravon is atop of the leaderboard as we wait on qualifying to end up. I was hoping to show y'all some really cool qualifying. I'm really bummed out that we didn't have that open qualifying. I think that would have been exciting. I think in real life they get plenty of time to run quite a while just to get the tires up to temp. It just gives more grip as your tires get more temp and you get them up to temperature. They just have a lot more speed through the corners, carry a lot more momentum, and you can really lay down some really fast laps. With 2 laps, you really don't get a chance to get that temperature where you need it to be. So I probably just didn't get that change, but looking forward to that if that happens next week for sure. I mean, we'll be at the Oval. That would be crazy if we have open qualifying there. I don't think we will. I think that'll continue to be single car as it is in real life. But, man, just such a cool venue. Puts on fantastic racing. And just like in real life, have the Indy road course before the big oval is just cool as it gets. So let's take a look at our cameras, who we got on camera here tonight. And we got all smiles here from James Goshen. That's pretty rare to see a big old smile there as he's got a yawn. And then you got Jamie Lipke there on the right side. So appreciate those folks with their cameras as we got just about a minute left before we can get this thing going. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to do something that I normally don't do, which is bring in a driver, and we're going to talk to one of them right here, and that is Tyler Justice. Tyler, this lady in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, getting ready for Indy Road Course. You currently sit in the 6th position. How you feeling about tonight? What's your plan?
Uh, Feeling all right. Had a little few issues in practice, just trying to get turn one braking right. So hopefully can stay out of trouble first lap and maybe play a little tire strategy, a little fuel strategy to maybe undercut or overcut some of the guys. Don't have the full raw pace to fight at the front, but hopefully a little strategy can help out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun track. I'm curious what this combo feels like. We've driven here in GT3s. What does the Indy car at Indy Road Course feel like?
It's kind of real stiff because there's not much elevation in the track at all, so it feels like you're using all of your downforce and the tire grip to keep it in play. I don't think we have much crosswind, so that's definitely helping. But yeah, it feels planted, but with not out any type of elevation changes or anything like that. It's just real flat and real stiff.
All right. Well, man, thanks for talking to us. Good luck tonight, Tyler.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
As Tyler Justice going to be in that 6th position, but boy, it is time to jump right into the grid and see where everybody's going to start. And of course, we've got to give out the Jam Printing Promotions Pole Award. Well, no surprise, it's going to go to Rick Ravon. We were watching it the whole time, but Ryan Pendleton there in 2nd place got a pretty good amount of speed there, just about a 10th off or 2/10 off of where Rick Ravon is. So, thanks to Jam Printing Promotions for the pole award. As we get ready to get this thing rolling. Let's roll through the rest of the grid. Matthias Marcomini going to start in that 3rd position in the 78 machine with Brian Provo in that 4th spot. Be watching out for him for the rest of the race for sure. Christopher Gosh in that 91. Expect him to be fast. He was unbelievable at Long Beach in the wet. We'll see what he can do in IndyCar in the rain, or in Indianapolis in the rain. Tyler Justice, who we just talked to, he seems sort of confident, but managing expectations, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if he can do the strategies like he wants to. In 7th, it's going to be Jay Campbell, Regis Clark, side by side. In 9th, it's going to be Mike Browning with Zachary Menace in that 10th position. 11th, Christopher. Let's just say it, Christopher Scott. And then Warren Clayton in that 12th position. In 13th, it's going to be Wesley Burke. Seen a lot of Wesley here the last few nights racing in the stock cars. We'll see what he can do in IndyCar. Rob Kuback. Going to start in 14th. In 15th, going to be Samuel Joseph with Devin Smith in that 16th position. 17th, James Goshen with Jamie Lipke in 18th. And then rounding out your field is Doug Ellingson, William Gregory, Charles Abert, not taking a time as they get ready to get rolling. Well, Pace Car getting ready to pull off. Let's take a look at your race analysis tonight. 35 laps here at Indianapolis Road Course. 40 miles an hour is pit road speed. Tire sets available 4. And big thing, obviously, last week, a big deal at the end of the race. Must change the tire compound. 80%, 85% fuel, and of course the iRacing fixed setup. Well, I cannot wait to get this thing underway. I cannot wait to see who can get this win. Can Rick Ravon just continue to just lay the whole field out? Just been dominant so far. Nobody's really been able to get to him. We'll see if that changes. Last week with just not changing tire compounds. Obviously just a small mistake that he made. And obviously not going to make that mistake this week. So on paper, he's got 3 wins, but he did win the race last week. So he's technically going for his 4th win, but it's almost 5 in a row if he would have changed tire compound. Now, did that affect his race? I'm not real sure, but you can look at the tire compounds right now. You'll see the red on the tires. That will indicate, you can see it on the sidewalls there, that will indicate the alternate tire. Just a little bit more grip, but doesn't last as long. We'll take a look at the weather. And the track temp is 114, so those red alternates could wear out pretty quickly as they get hot, they get greasy, they get slick. You'll want to come down and get that other tire compound. Take a look right here. You can see everybody mostly on the alternate. We got a few drivers going for the primary, and that's going to be Zachary Menace and I believe one other driver. Oh, looks like a lot of guys towards the back starting on the primary. Burt, Kubat, Joseph, Smith. Yeah, a lot of guys towards the back of the qualifying order on that primary. So they may have qualified on that primary to be able to start on it. You have to start on the one you qualify on, I do believe. So we'll see how that affects strategy. I don't know up front if it'll affect it that much, but maybe in the mid-pack right around Zachary Menace 10th on back might play a huge factor in how the race goes. They could go a little bit longer here at the beginning, won't have to stop as soon, where the guys on the alternate, the reds, the grippier tires, they'll have to come down pit road a little bit sooner. So that could change the way this race goes. Pace car pulling them around. Going to be an exciting race. I mean, might as well strap in. It's going to be a lot of fun. This first turn, obviously going to be exciting. A lot of guys trying to get position as quickly as possible. I mean, you know, the dirty air is a factor in these Indy cars, so being able to get positions on the start of the race is a big, big deal. So we'll see if they can do that. Who can get out ahead? Can Rick Ravon get the start of the race and get going? Or will Ryan Pendleton have something to say about how this race is going to go? Pace car has pulled off. They're going to pull onto the main straight. The legendary Indianapolis straight away where the yard of the bricks is. And green flag is out. We're racing here at the Lincoln Tech IndyCar Series. Rick Ravon getting the early lead as they go down into turn number 1. Side by side between Provo and Matthias. And they're able to get through there without any issue from what I could see. Black flag for Jake Ham. I'm not sure. Oh, it's Brian Provo goes around. Contact. As already Brian Provo in the 808 has gone around as we were talking about that black flag from Jake Ham that was given by race control. Let's see if we can go back and find out what happened here. This is the start into turn 1. See that gold and green car right there, and he's able to get clear. And 3-wide situation. Matthias obviously had to move up for who looked like Chris Gosh. And unfortunately, Matthias had to give room, and Brian Provo just not aware they were 3 wide and going to make contact, and he's got some damage on the front of that 08. So Brian Provo already on the back foot. Terrible way to start this race. He's all the way back in 18th position as across the start-finish line for the first lap. In the books, Rick Ravon has a 1.1 second lead over Ryan Pendleton as the race is on now for 4th place. They're 3 wide as Matthias is actually going to bow out of that battle as Regis Clark, Tyler Justice go side by side, and Tyler Justice is going to come through starting in 6th. Already moved up a ton of spots. Then right behind him, you got Warren Clayton, who is up 6 spots since the drop of the green flag. So some people moving very, very quickly as we've had some folks drop out. Jake Ham going down pit road. He's on pit road now, serving that penalty, and it looks like it is a drive-through. I'm not real sure exactly what it was for. Haven't really gotten a call from race control that I can see, but apparently something they didn't like about that restart, and he was given a penalty. Now, let me take a look. Obviously, I was not here. Let's take a look at the penalties. He might have had a drive-through. Oh, yeah. He did have a post-race penalty from last week. So a drive-through for causing collision that was levied. So that's what it was. So Jake Ham has that drive-through. I'm all caught up now. Don't worry, guys. As he's going to be back in 19th as he serves that penalty. Going to be a long, long night for that 85 machine. We go back here. I mean, they got a lot of stuff going on. We got Samuel Joseph. We got Rob Kubat. Christopher Scott all battling here for the top 10 position right now. Samuel Joseph actually going to go off track into the grass. Goes a little bit wide there. It's going to open the door for Kubat, as Samuel able to get it back going and get that thing back on track. But now he's got a lot of folks behind him as Christopher Scott now on his back bumper, back wing, as along with Wesley Burke, who's now looking to make a move on Joseph down the straightaway. And Burke going to be in position for this corner. Not really sure there's anything Burke can do. Christopher Scott, excuse me. Good Lord. I lose my mind here, but this is some great battling going on, some great racing. See Devin Smith back here as Wesley Burke moving his way towards the front. Let's go on board with Wesley Burke. Now, don't forget, we got push to passes in this series. And oh my goodness, Mike Browning has gone into the grass. We're trying to show a little bit of onboard action, and Mike Browning goes off track. And, you know, just, I don't know if it's cold tires or we are 4 laps into this race, so the tires should be up to 10. Watch this replay. We'll go on board with him. Gonna go off into the grass right here. We'll see as he gets on the brake, trying to keep it off of that car right in front of him. I think it was Matthias. And once those tires got hot, just went around. So around goes Browning. No harm, no foul. He's able to get the thing back rolling, but it is a battle here still for this 11th position. Samuel Joseph, Christopher Scott. I mean, oh my goodness, and Christopher Scott's going to make contact. A wing falls off, left rear wing, slides across the track. And he's able to keep it going. My goodness, what is going on out here? We are driving like madmen as everybody trying to fight for so many different positions. And it's, yeah, just like he almost didn't know that that other driver was there. I think it might have been Devin Smith, which it was. We'll kind of go back a little bit and see from Devin's point of view. They're going to have a lot of replays. I mean, this could get strung out. But you can see on board with Devin Smith here, and you're going to see Joseph and Christopher Scott kind of battling here, and Devin kind of sneaks up to the outside. And I just don't think that Christopher knew he was there. Yeah, and just contact, and Christopher Scott goes around. It looks like he is going to have some damage on the front end. It looks like it has repaired on our screen, but I do think that left front wing did fall off. So let's take a look at the push to pass at the moment. Who's been using it? Well, right now, Warren Clayton in that 117 machine, he has been using a little bit. Now, that is in seconds. So they have 200 seconds of push to pass when they go green. So these guys have to decide when they want to use it. I think it's a great tool. It's a great way to make passing, especially in high downforce cars like these Indy cars on road courses where it can be difficult to make passes. And push to pass just gives you that little bit extra speed. But once you use it, that's it. That's all there is to it. So you have to be smart. You don't want to leave any. You want to use it through the race. Use it to make passes. Use it to your advantage to save as much time as possible. When you get behind somebody, dirty air calls you to slow down. Use that push to pass to get around them quickly. So when you use it, it's important. You'll see Warren Clayton using a little bit of it right now. You see it count down 1 second at a time as he tries to run down Regis Clark, who's 1.8 seconds back from. You can see that continuously counting down, where the top 4 have yet to use any at all. Obviously, trying to save a little bit of that for the end of the race. It is still a fun battle back here as Brian Provo, we're going to be watching him and Mike Browning try to work their way back up through the field, as Provo had fallen all the way back to the back of the field, has now recovered back up to 12th position, as now he's going to fight for this position, although it looks like Mike Browning going to continue to battle here right in that same section that we saw Christopher Scott go off on, as they were able to get it straight. Now here comes Brian Provo down to the inside, and not much that Samuel Joseph could do as he's going to try to, man, that's unbelievable. Joseph trying to close that gap. He's going to rejoin the race, but yeah, unfortunately, these guys getting past, and it, go watch this again, maybe from a chopper view, but yeah, he's going to try to sneak behind Brian Provo, unfortunately, and you know what? It looks like Mike Browning actually cooked the corner, and that's what caused that. We're going to go back and watch that from Mike Browning's view. We're going to watch the whole straightaway, as I want to make sure that I call this correctly. I said it was Joseph who kind of turned down, but I think Browning cooked it, trying to make that. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So that's actually on Mike Browning, who cooks it into the corner, trying to take advantage of Joseph being offline, and going to make contact with him in yet another car-to-car contact. And usually, I mean, this is like soccer for racing. You normally don't want to make contact here. That's usually frowned upon. So a lot of contact going on right here. So we got a really nice battle between Warren Clayton, Zachary Menace, And that is the green car of Doug Ellingson, I believe. Oh, no, it's Doug going around right here. Who is that green car? As looks like, I don't have no idea. Doug Ellingson, it doesn't show up on my list unless it's, it's Zachary Menace. Y'all pray for me. I'm struggling here tonight, it looks like. But we saw Doug Ellingson go around. No cautions here in this series, as Warren Clayton continues to pick up spots in that Arrow McLaren 117 machine. So far up front, no real change. Rick Ravon, Ryan Pendleton, Christopher Gosh, and Tyler Justice, your top four, with Regis Clark in fifth. Matthias Marcomini in that sixth position. And then here you got this battle for seventh, which is Warren Clayton and Zachary Menace. It's like Wesley Burke has now come down pit road. Wesley had made up quite a few spots. I don't know if this is I think it's a little bit too early to make a pit stop, so may have had some damage. And yeah, it looks like he did have some damage. Had an off track, and then, yeah, let's go back and see if we can find out what happened. Let's take a look at the replay. And we got it right to see it come off track. We'll see if we can go back just a little bit more to see what happened to Wesley Burke in that 09 machine. And it may have had some contact from earlier that's causing his issue. You know what? It looks like maybe... Yeah, I'm not sure if it was an equipment issue or what. Yeah, it looks like an equipment issue for Wesley Burke, or maybe just wanted to leave. I don't know, but yeah, that is definitely like he had some sort of issue, pulled off track and went to pit road. So, goodnesses, look at this right here. As Mike Browning blows the corner yet again, gets sideways. He's going to come to a stop. And he's going to let Samuel Joseph through. He almost cooked it into that corner and got it in the back of Devin Smith. Was able to take care of that. But, man, these guys are really struggling with the handling of these cars. And, again, a lot of different tire compound uses right now. Menace currently on that primary tire. So, seems like the primaries are doing really, really well because all those guys have been moving forward. Maybe the track temp being so hot. The alternates, the grippier, higher grip but higher wear tires seem to be falling off pretty quickly here, as Menace has been really, really quick. And you can see he's all over the back bumper of Warren Clayton. Now, the guys up front who are on alternates, those guys are just flying. 114s for Ravon, Pendleton, and Gosh. And then you got Tyler Justice, Clark, and Marcomini in the 115 bracket. Then you go back here to Clayton and Menace. They're in the 116s. But Zachary Menace making those primaries look real, real good now as we go on board with him. Those primaries quite a bit faster, the alternates quite a bit faster for a few laps. Great for qualifying. But then Samuel Joseph has had yet another issue. Oh, man, and Doug Ellingson also involved. He's going to come back out on track. So let's go back and see what happened to Joseph, who has not had a great night so far. Looks like he's trying to go around Doug Ellingson. Gets around at Doug, who kind of moves out of the way. And again, just turns across the nose. And then pulls back out on track in front of some other drivers. And, look. Oh, and what, did he get hit again? Is that what happened? Or does he just spin out trying to get going? My goodness. Oh, yeah, just spins out. So, unfortunately for Joseph, you've got to have that relative. You got to have your spotter on. Somebody gets down to your inside in the braking zone. You got to be got to be watching your mirrors. And so far, it seems like Joseph, who is new to iRacing now, I will tell you that. And a lot of times when folks are new to iRacing, they just don't know what's going on in their riff and back behind them. It's just you're trying to get better at what you see out front, out the front of your helmet, and it's hard to see what's going on. It's hard to kind of do all of that at once if you're a new driver. So it seems like Joseph really struggling seeing when someone's kind of getting a little bit deeper in the braking zone, just trying to find where his car is in the space, and has not had a great run of it so far, as Jake Cam is going to go right on by him after they battle for just a little bit. And Jake Cam going to continue his bout to get back in this thing. He's going to have a long road ahead of him, but Joseph has got a lot of speed. It just seems to not be able to kind of harness it so far. He's going to lock up that left front and almost make contact again as he's trying to go back around Jake Ham. And he's going to go off track right here. Just one of those things. I love it. I love to watch these guys. I'm not making fun of them at all, I promise you. It is just a somebody who's new to the service. They make these kind of mistakes. You could see the raw potential. You can see the speed, which is there. He's able to keep up with drivers. You definitely tell he's got the speed. He's just got to wrangle the rest of it in. And he is going to be somebody that we're going to be talking about for sure, winning a lot of races. So be watching out for him. But right now, just struggling to kind of find his space in the sim, making some contact. And, he's kind of paid for it at the moment, running in that 15th position. We'll check in on James Goshen and Christopher Scott. Christopher Scott had that same type of issue, making contact. Made a lot of contact the early part of this race, now trying to recover as he started in that in that 11th position, tried to get back to it here with James Goshen right in front of him. Through that fun little left to right section, gets a little tight right there. You can see his front tires a little bit maybe overheated, not really responding like you would hope they would as he's trying to push here to get around. Goshen is close in on lap 13 to 35 and expect to see pit stops happening any time now to try to make it to the end. Those guys on those reds probably looking forward to getting off of them. Currently at the moment, Rick Ravon's still out in the lead. He's out by about 3 seconds. Take a look at the lap times here. And you can see the lap times they're running. Milton starting, last lap was able to pretty much equal Ravon. And gosh, there in that 91, he is a little bit faster, so finding a little speed here. But they've all dropped by almost 2 seconds from the start of this race just from having these alternate tires on. So big drop off in how much grip these guys have. I know they'll be ready to come down pit road, get those primaries on, and get back out there. So right now, Ravon, though, dealing with a little bit of lap traffic. I think that's Brian Probo who did, I believe, come down pit road, get a fast repair about 6 laps ago. So he's trying to maybe unlap himself. It's a good bit faster. So that's Brian Probo there in the 08. Ray Ellingson said Doug is on wet tires. I don't know. No rain in the forecast, I hope. As Jake Ham looks like he was able to get around Jamie Lipke in that 16 machine. And Christopher Scott down on pit road, so this might be a stop for him. You can see the red tires on Scott here as we come down pit road. They got a pit limiter in these cars, so you kind of just push a button and you can see the red tires go to the white, swap into the primary tires. Get it full of fuel, enough to make it 20 laps here, and he is away in under 10 seconds. He'll get back out there. It'll take about a lap or two for it to get up to temperature. He can start laying down some lap times. Got to be careful on these cold tires, especially if you come off track and you've been trying to push those red tires, coming out on some cold ones. It can be pretty stark how different it is and how cold those tires are. And you just feel like you're racing on concrete blocks at that point. So give him a lap or so to get up the temperature, then start pushing, trying to make up that time. He's going to fall back to 17th after that pit stop. Still waiting on any of the leaders to come down pit road. Rick Ravon still leading the way, although he's got lap traffic to deal with. You can see Joseph, you see Brian Provo now, and then you've got Jamie Lipke right in front of him. So Ravon not having it easy at all. He's got a 4-second gap over Ryan Pendleton. Just going to have to be careful here. Be patient. You know, it's very easy to want to jump in there and take the position as soon as you can, but and he does that. So, hey, look, Ravon knows what he's doing. You know, road course racing is just different, and the expectations of oval versus road course is just flat out different. That's just all there is to it. And when the leader is coming up on road course and they get a blue flag, which once they get within 1 second of a lap car, the lap car will actually get the blue flag, and that will indicate that, hey, you need to move over and to help facilitate that pass. And so on road courses is different. Normally on ovals you say, you know, fight for your lap, you know, fight to stay on the lead lap, because you do get cautions. As we're watching this battle between Jamie Lipke, Joseph, and Brian Provo as they battle it out for that 13th position. But yeah, I mean, as you know, you're kind of expected in road course racing to kind of give way. That's an expectation. So it's different than ovals. You see that blue flag, and I think, you know, when you're a leader, you would kind of expect that to happen, and so you make moves that you wouldn't. As we're going to go 3 wide into the corner, Joseph going to drive it in deep. Provo trying to put pressure, and Joseph is going to spin again as he's trying to make that pass. Not able to do it. And the night just keeps getting worse for Joseph, who is just struggling dealing with this Indy car. Provo able to get around Lipke with that exchange. Moving back up to that 13th position after that early contact. Now, we don't really talk about points just yet, but we'll kind of discuss it a little bit. Rick Ravon, of course, with his 3 wins. Technically 3, but he has 4 wins. He is leading atop the point standings right now with 108 points. With Nathan Graham, who was last week's winner after the penalty, is at 75 points, with Brian Provo right behind him with 73. It gets real tight from second on back as you got Tyler Justice in the 69 machine. It looks like Jamie Lipke going to go around. Somebody was going down pit road, and it looks like it is going to be Ryan Pendleton, your second place driver, going to give up the goods here on lap 18, going to split it right in half and come down pit road, get those alternate tires off, get the primaries on, and see if he can do anything with Rick Ravon. Looks like it's a second place type of day for Pendleton, but you got to stay in the fight, man. You never know what can happen in these races. The leader can get caught up in something, can make a small mistake, and Ryan will be right there. So got to keep pushing, got to keep putting pressure on it. But yeah, Tyler Justice 4th in points. Got Christopher Gosh, who we've seen on track running in the 2nd position. Will cycle around to 3rd, most likely. He is 5th in points. J Cam in 6th. Mark Amini in that 7th position with Jamie Lipke in 8th. So point standings will become more and more realized as we go. But this week is starting to, after this race, we'll definitely have a solid, oh my goodness, Ryan Pendleton cutting it close with that blue line. You've got to be across that blue line, all 4 tires, or you get a penalty. And so close call there as he almost crossed over that line, and that would have been real bad. Leader down pit road along with others. Christopher Gosh coming down pit road. It looks like Jake Cam is going to jump down pit road as well. We'll see who can come off pit road, make any time. So far, about 8 seconds has been the pit stop. These guys should take a little bit less fuel, 8.9 for the 23 of Ryan Pendleton. So pit road is wide open. You see multiple cars coming down pit roads, all of the top 5, as they're all pitting right around the same time. So everybody had the same idea to come down pit road here on lap 19, as we're just 15 laps away. I don't think we'll see any kind of special strategies out of this, anything crazy. I think it'll be just simple 4 tires, make the changes. Oh, man. Kubat, number 38, black flag on entry. So he's going to get a penalty. Let's see if we can go back and find out what happened to him. He got maybe a little bit too hot. Coming down the access road, you can see how scary it is as we're on the V-Speed replay and watch and see if maybe he pushed the entry a little bit too fast. Yeah, it looks like he did kind of push it a little bit too much on entry. Didn't get the pit. I mean, it doesn't drop you down to pit road speed immediately. So it looks like it was a speeding penalty, and he actually is going to call it quits. Well, back up front, it is Rick Ravon who comes out with a similar lead that he had before, 4.4 seconds over Ryan Pendleton, who does come out with the second position, as James Goshen still on track. As Regis Clark going to go around, and Matthias expecting the same treatment as he's trying to run down Regis Clark, and Goshen almost turned in, almost made a little bit of contact. So very, very close call there for the 78 machine, who's trying to hunt down Regis Clark. Middleton will be able to gain a few tenths on this track, or on this lap, as he's been on track. Tires up to temp. Rick Ravon will still need to give his tires a little bit of time to come up to temperature. So Pendleton will be able to make a little bit of gains, but I'm telling you, Rick Ravon just in another league, and it's crazy to think about because Ryan Pendleton is a fantastic road course racer, and you've got Provo. Gosh, was unbelievable at Long Beach, and then almost ran down Rick Ravon in the rain. But yeah, just crazy to see just how good Rick Ravon is in these cars, and he is showing it right now. Really, really unbelievable. We'll go back here to that 5th and 6th position. Mark Amini and Regis Clark. Mark Amini has been trying to run down Regis Clark for that 5th position and is within a second and is slowly making up a little bit of that time. We'll see if he can run him down. It's all, you don't want to do that. I mean, lighting those rears up, trying to get the power down, and that's going to make them, they're going to be pretty angry at you for a while after doing something like that. We'll go back here to this battle right behind them, 7th and 8th. Brian Provo, who has pitted about 14 laps ago, so his tires are toasty for sure. He's got Zachary Menace really hunting him down here. Zachary closes up really quick there in the braking zone. They get ready to go through the chicane down the back straightaway. We'll see if Menace can do anything with it. Not quite close enough just yet. Provo playing pretty good defense there. I thought maybe he'd get a little bit closer. Provo's one of those really good drivers. I mean, he has started up in that 4th position, and that contact early in the race put him behind the 8 ball. So he has definitely got the speed, but I think Menace is going to have the tires. Now Menace should be on the alternate, so he should be on the red tires. I thought he started on those primaries. At least that's what it said on the ticker when we started. Menace was one of those I thought that was on the primary, so I don't know if the ticker kind of threw me off or what, but it looks like he is on the primary tires at the moment. And he has made his pit stop, so trying to battle through here. Well, we got plenty of sponsors here at Goat Locker. And I'll tell you what, there's so much good stuff going on in Goat Locker. It never ends, and that's a beautiful thing. It's almost, it just never stops. The news, things going on. It's so much fun to be a part of this. Goat Locker's doing just amazing work in the veteran and first responder, just the warrior community, as they like to call it. And I mean, it's just every week. We've got so many things coming up. They had the Sim Expo, which was just unbelievable. Got to rub shoulders with people in the industry, which is just so cool to see Goat Locker out there shaking hands. If you know who Matt Malone is, they were actually featured on his little coverage of that Sim Racing Expo, and made a couple shorts with Pat in it, kind of telling the Goat Locker story, in which it's so cool to see Goat Locker just out there doing all kinds of good stuff. And oh, by the way, giving out sim rigs, and they're already up to their 12th one. I think they just gave out the newest one today. So cannot wait to see who that is. And, well, you know what? I think I know who it is. I think it was John Lawless. And really, really excited. That is our Warrior Spotlight for this month. And he served in the United States Air Force for 22 years as a hydraulic maintainer. He has completed 5 deployments to Korea, Iraq twice, Sicily, and Turkey. He has worked on multiple platforms like the U-2S, the HH-60G, the HC-130J, and we're proud to have John as a member of the GLR family. So, everybody, please help me welcome John Lawless. And he's our Warrior Spotlight. And we're so glad to have him. Hopefully, we can talk to him coming up soon. Of course, we've got to thank all of our sponsors. Lincoln Tech, obviously, being the sponsor of this particular series and the entire fall series. Lincoln Tech's mission is to provide superior education, training to our students for in-demand careers in a supportive, accessible learning environment, transforming students' lives and adding value to their communities. They're one of the largest automotive technological schools in the nation with 23 campuses. They are the title sponsor of the Spring Series and a very large partner of GLR indeed. Just love those guys. We had a blast when we had them on the podcast. As we got a pass here for 5th position as Mark Amini has finally gotten up to Regis Clark. Regis Clark trying to squeeze him, but Mark Amini is there, but they're going to battle side by side through this section. And, they're going to make contact, and Regis Clark going to lose the wing as they make contact through that section. And it has not been good for guys making passes tonight. Take a look at that replay, and we'll try to get sort of a top-down view. As you can see, Mark Amini trying to get to that right side to maintain that position, not wanting to give that up, and they go through this section here. Everything looks good, and you know, I don't know if I blame anybody for that. Just like a little bit of contact as they're trying to swap over. You can see on board with Regis Clark here and try to see exactly what happened. Yeah, just a racing incident, I do believe. Regis trying to maintain that position on the left side of Mark Amini. And Mark Amini just trying to make that corner. It was going to be tight to not try to swing the car out, and I think he swung it out as Regis was kind of staying to the right a little bit, and I think that's where that contact happened. So bummer to see that. That was going to be a pretty sweet battle. So here we got another battle. Here comes Menace, finally trying to get position here on Provo, and no issues there. Menace straight on through, and we'll move up to that 6th position. We're got just about 10 laps to go. But I can tell you, man, Lincoln Tech, just an incredible partner. We got to spend a lot of time with them on a Goat Talk. Definitely go check that episode out. It was a lot of fun. And, yeah, I can't wait to get those guys back on. This Provo looks like he is going to go and make his 2nd pit stop. This one, I'm sure, to get the fuel that he needs to get to the end, as he pitted early to get that damage fixed. He's going to give up that position. And he should be able to come back out on track ahead of Devin Smith. We'll see actually where he cycles back through as I talk a little bit more about Lincoln Tech. But, yeah, I mean, car show on October 3rd, going to be a lot of fun. And we just love supporting those who support us, man. They are just a veteran organization. They love veteran organization. They love Goat Locker, and they love to partner with them. I mean, just awesome. If you're looking to get into any kind of trade, man, what a place to go. Lincoln Tech. A lot of really cool things that got to go. Devin Smith's going to be able to get through. We'll see if and come out in front of Jake Cam. Jake Cam is coming up right now. I think Jake will actually get ahead of him. Jake Cam goes around right there. So move Jake Cam. Had to take that drive through now up to the 9th position. As Provo going to come out right behind him and try to challenge him with those fresh tires. And yeah, I mean, Ham slides almost immediately and just kind of concedes that position as he really struggled through that section. So I'm not real sure what happened to Ham there, but man, he just lost all of that momentum as Provo is going to go right on around. Well, we got a lot of sponsors out there. Might as well hit them all, man. Got to thank InVets. You know, when we talk about those sim rigs that are given out by Goat Locker, InVets is the great facilitator. They're the facilitator that helps the board of Goat Locker to select by offering up, you know, the candidates, helps them connect to them, and that's what InVets does. They aid in transitioning to civilian life. They're focusing mostly on job placement and finding the right community for veterans and their families to ensure their success and happiness. They're a veteran nonprofit in Indiana with the goal of bringing veterans to that state to live and work, and they're a title sponsor of the Sunday InVets Xfinity Series, and that's exactly what they do. They help vets connect with jobs, communities, and Goat Locker is one of those communities and helps them find those vets. So Goat Locker has a selection process of how they select based on, you know, multiple criteria. Just such a cool organization. And of course, you got Indiana Department of Veteran Affairs, the grant that they give to Goat Locker to support veterans in Indiana. That's why a majority of these SimRig recipients are from the state of Indiana. And I love it. I think it's awesome. So many cool organizations. But, you know, Goat Locker is planning on an event on October 8th, a fundraising event where they will be, we'll have a race, and it's going to be sort of try to gather donations and hopefully, if we can, Goat Locker wants to raise enough money to be able to give a sim rig to a first responder or somebody outside of Indiana, which I think is such an awesome goal. So they've got a goal. They're trying to raise money to be able to do that. The InVets grant is obviously for vets in Indiana. And so Goat Locker trying to have a little fundraiser to do that. So be on the lookout for that on the 8th. It's going to be a fun race. The Xfinity Cars at Las Vegas. Sort of an all-star race event for Goat Locker. And going to be for a great cause. So be on the lookout for that. Definitely let your friends, family know. Share it if you see the post on Goat Locker socials. And let everybody know that we got a cool event coming up. And we'd love to raise a little money to give a first responder or a vet outside of Indiana a sim rig and continue Goat Locker's mission. Of course, if you want to donate to Goat Locker now, you don't have to watch the race. You could just scan right here. Go to the website, click on the donate button, or just check out the website. Go search through, see what they're doing, see what's going on. Of course, you can connect on Facebook and other social media platforms. And you can scan that QR code right there as J-Cam, while we're talking about that, goes through the grass. And we'll see if we can go back and find out what happened to him, what caused him to do that. As we're kind of spread out right now. So as far as the lead goes, about 5 laps to go. Just watching a couple things since he did get a white flag. You can see, my goodness, something did not go right for J Cam. Goes through the grass. But he is back rolling now, but he has a black flag, so I don't know what that's for. We don't get that kind of information unless race control gives it to us. So I'm assuming it's has to do with maybe incident limit. Not sure, but yeah, he does have a black flag, and we'll have to serve that. So, and it might have just been a slowdown. He did get go through that grass pretty quickly, and a lot of times when you do that, you'll get a slowdown from iRacing. It says, hey, you got to give up this amount of time in such and such seconds, and it will automatically clear once you give up that advantage that iRacing deems that you were able to pick up. so far. J Cam still has black flag, and he is coming in pit road to serve it right now. So it must be an incident limit type penalty. So a tough night with that drive through at the beginning of the race. Only going to get worse here for Ham. He's going to give up quite a few spots from that point. But up front is still Rick Ravon, who has led every single lap, not been challenged at all. All 30 laps have been led by the number 1. And he is 9.6 seconds ahead of Ryan Pendleton, who had an off track at one point, I do believe, and that has cost him second place. We'll take you back and look at that in just a second. So that'll drop him back to third. Let's go back and check that out, see if we can. Watching right here, you see Ryan Pendleton there on the right side. That's Regis Clark. And drives it down into the corner and goes off track. So I don't think that's what caused him. That was where J Cam ran off track. I don't think that had anything to do. He's going to pull out on track right next to him. But yeah, I don't think that's what caused Pendleton to lose the spot. So not really sure what happened there to Ryan Pendleton, who's now in the third position, about 5 seconds back from the 91 of Christopher Gosh. Trying to look back and see if I could find exactly what happened, but just can't see where that might have happened. Oh yeah, here it is right here. Let's take a look. This was on lap 22, and he just drops the left rear off the track, and that's what happened. So just going through right here, he's just going to drop that left rear off, and when he does, just spins out. Doesn't make any contact with the wall or anything, so the car's okay. But that's where Christopher Gosh right there was able to get around him. So that is what happened to the 23 machine. So Gosh now up in the second position in that 91 Liquid Death machine. Well, we've got so many sponsors that, while we have a spread out track, there's no reason why I wouldn't want to spend some time talking about them. So let's talk about Save 22, sponsor of the Friday Night Truck Series, sponsor of Goat Talk if you're feeling nasty on Thursday nights. But Save 22 as a 501c3 organization dedicated to preventing suicide among veterans, active duty personnel, and first responders. Their unwavering mission extends to 4 critical pillars: shield, assist, volunteer, and educate. Save. So love Save 22. If you have a chance, go to save22.vet or say at Save22Vet on YouTube and go check out Tuesday Talk. If you're a veteran or if you know a veteran, somebody that wants to have a little bit of community, go check out their Tuesday Talk. They sit and they talk about real stuff. So if you don't want to talk about real stuff, don't go over there. But if you're struggling, if you need somebody to talk to, man, they have stopped the show to spend time talking to a brother or a sister that is having some sort of issues, struggling with mental health, veterans. And it's a beautiful community. It's beautiful souls over there, man, doing amazing things. And we love Save 22. We love to give them some love by just going and checking out Tuesday Talk. Clicking on it. If you don't plan on watching it, at least go check out. Open it up. Give it a view. Click a like. Subscribe to their channel. Send other people there. It would definitely be real awesome. As man, I tell you what, looks like Zachary Menace has had some sort of trouble. Let's see if we can go back and find out what happened to him. We've got about one more lap to go. We're going to look at this real quick, see if we can find out what happened to Menace, who ended up with a meatball flag. Watching right here. Oh, man, just going to grab that chicane and a massive wreck for Menace, who immediately exits out. Let's go back and watch that on board. White flag is out, one more to go, but I just wanted to show just this violent impact. You can see the tires got those reds on. Looks like the visual bug has fixed. And or he had to go back down pit road, one of the two, put the reds on, and boy, that was not fun as he was struggling. But right now, it's all about Rick Ravon. White flag, one more lap to go, and all he's got to do is just bring it home. Comes through probably my favorite section of this track, especially in a GT3 car. I don't know about these. It seems like it's a pretty fun track, but right now, going through the final little section, and Ravon, if it wasn't for the fact he forgot to swap it, I think that's what happened to Menace. I think Menace had to come back down and swap his compounds, but for Ravon, no compound issue tonight. It's all about another win. Win number 4 as it comes off the final corner. Barney waving the checkered flag, and Rick Ravon gonna come home with the win. Man, could have been 5 in a row, but he is win number 4 on the season. Rick Ravon gonna take the checkered flag. Christopher Gosh gonna come home in second, and Ryan Pendleton right behind him gonna come home in third. And what a finish for Tyler Justice, who's gonna come home in that 4th position. Started in 6th, came home in 4th, top 5 for that 33 machine. And your final top 5 here will be Matthias Marcamini, who will cross the line in 5th. And then your final driver to cross the start-finish line, as all the other ones are a lap down, will be Warren Clayton, who comes through the final section now, and that will be the end of the race. So great finish for Warren Clayton, and then right behind him, Devin Smith. Warren up 6 positions. Devin Smith up 9 from where he started. Just incredible race. But here's your winner, Rick Ravon. Another win on the season. Can anybody do anything with him? I don't know. We've sent our best at him. We've sent our best men, and it's not worked, as he's going to come down. He's going to do does a little wiggle back and forth. A little celebration. Well, let's show a little bit of love to our sponsors that we've talked about. We'll come back, we'll show results, and we'll get out of here with our interviews. But a great race. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Superior quality, ultimate protection, and the highest level of craftsmanship. We make our gloves for the hard worker that wakes up every morning and gives 110%. You deserve the highest quality protective gear that's going to work for you, day in, day out. We know it can be tough deciding what companies to trust for your hard-earned money. It's all in our name. We've mastered our craft to help you master yours. We make our gloves rugged, durable, and designed for you. Whatever the job is, we have you covered. We are your glove station.
A thriving job market and low cost of living, plus a wide range of veteran benefits, make Indiana the perfect place for veterans of the United States military to call home. InVets can help you find that home. We're an organization started by veterans to help former service members transition to civilian life in our state. InVets can help you find the community with the career opportunities, housing, schools, and amenities that fit your lifestyle. To learn more about InVets, visit us at invets.org today.
All right, we're back. Well, what a race here at Indy Road Course. Man, we love it. We love these type of races. I understand. I understand, guys. It's not an oval race. It's not exciting. There's not action happening every 5 or 10 seconds. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're a pure race fan, you love these type of races. And I love them. I love this type of strategy. Guys just going out whipping butts. I like a good butt whipping. And that's what happened tonight. Taking a look at our results, Rick Ravon comes away with the win with Christopher Gosh in that second position. Ryan Pendleton comes home in third. Great finish from Tyler Justice. Matthias Marcamini in that fifth position with Warren Clayton in sixth. A great run for Devin Smith. Regis Clark in an eighth position, even after that contact and damage. Comes home in eighth. James Goshen in that ninth position with Samuel Joseph actually fighting back after all those issues that he had. Comes home in 10th. In 11th, going to be Christopher Scott and Jake Ham in 12th. Jamie Lipton going to come home in 13th. Zachary Menace frustrating into that race, but it comes home in 14th with Mike Browning in 15th. Brian Provo in 16th with Rob Kubat in 17th. Doug Ellingson in 18th. And Wesley Burke is going to round out your field here tonight. Well, let's talk to some of these drivers. I can't wait to hear what they think about it. I'm going to start with your winner, of course, and that is Rick Ravon. Let's get him in to the chat. Well, Rick, this is Eddie in the booth. Got a copy?
Hey, how's it going?
Man, it is going great. And for you, obviously a great comeback. I mean, man, not to be negative, but this could have been 5 in a row. Just unbelievable that you had last week. Had the compound change issue, was relegated to the end of the lead lap. But man, you came out firing tonight, ready to show them what's what, and kicked their butts tonight. 13-second lead over Christopher Gosh. How was your race, man? How do you feel about it? Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I wasn't happy about last week. I mean, I understand, rules are rules, but I guess Goat Locker Racing didn't know that you could. There's a button that you could check that makes it mandatory to switch tires, and then your pit crew will tell you, so you don't even have to really, you don't have to think about it. But I was unaware, and it didn't say, it wasn't telling me I had to switch compounds. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'll just stick with the Reds. I found out after, and the reason, I run a lot of different leagues, so every league is different, and the other leagues, I guess, are aware of that that button that you could check, and they just didn't. So I got caught out with that, but it's okay. I did want to come back this week and kind of prove something. Last week, I wanted to dedicate that win to Charlie Kirk, my hero, my brother in Christ, but I guess I'll dedicate this win to Charlie. God bless him. So grateful to the Lord that he gave us Charlie for the time that he was here. And it's, Charlie's passing has sparked a huge revival. The good Lord knows what he's doing for his greater purpose. And it's just amazing. It's just mind blowing. It's just brought so many eyes to view his videos, that people that didn't know, to find out what he's all about. And it's just a beautiful thing to see what's happening. A revival, not just in the United States, but around the world. I never thought I'd see the day. It's a wonderful thing. But I'm sorry, to get back to the race. Pendleton, Pendleton was quick. I was hoping to be the only person in the 112s, but he ran a 112.9. I was like, I guess Ryan was sandbagging a little bit. But I figured it was going to be the two of us. I saw that there was a problem back there, and Gosh fell back a little bit. So I'll just keep my eye on Ryan and just kind of pacing myself, but going quick, but not making mistakes, that kind of race. And I knew it was only going to be a one-stop race. So when he dropped back about 4 seconds, I think he pitted the lap before I did too. So I figured he was in trouble there, because I knew we could make it to the end. So, this was just kind of one of those smooth runs. And I live only 10 miles from this place out in Avon, about 10 miles west of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So, this is really sweet.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of my favorite Roval tracks, if you want to call this that. It really doesn't feel like a Roval track at all. It's such a fun, it's got some good flow to it for a track that's based out of an oval. What do you think? You obviously won by 13 seconds, but what kind of difficulties is this car and this track together? We saw a lot of folks have issues locking up the tires, front grip. sort of a tight feeling, especially on the reds. Did you feel that? What does this what kind of challenge does this combo kind of give you?
Well, it's a huge challenge. I don't know how close these are to the cars in real life. You don't really see them sliding as much. Cold tires are a big problem. Once they warm up, they're okay for a little while, but as they get old, you really got to have an eggshell underneath the throttle, and even the brake because you can lock up the fronts, and it's just a really fine balance. But I don't know what to say. I'm just so glad that we came up on top again. And gosh, and Pendleton, Tyler Justice up there too, and uh, Marco Mean, Mateus. I run with him in a couple other leagues. He's really good. It's good to see him up there in the top 5 as well. And it was just a great race, a lot of fun. I love Goat Locker racing.
Yeah, well, 2 weeks of Indy is going to be a lot of fun too as we hit the Indy Oval next week. That'll be a lot of fun, man. Correct. Congratulations on another win. Just unbelievable run that you're having. We're glad to have you. And as always, man, the floor is yours. Who do you have to thank?
Oh, thank you so much. Well, I want to thank Lincoln Tech. Um, Save 22, Lincoln Tech, title sponsor of this league. Lincoln Tech is a great school. If you're thinking about being a mechanic, don't walk, run to the nearest Lincoln Tech and sign yourself up. Fantastic school. I went there back in 2010, so I should know. And the Indiana Department of Veteran Affairs, what can I say about them? It's one of those beautiful, God blessed organizations that takes care of our veterans. And I couldn't be happier that they're here to sponsor this great league. I want to thank my wife for putting up with. Actually, she doesn't have a choice because I wear the pants in this relationship. Don't tell her that though. But thanks to my wife for letting me do this seriously, and my 2 daughters, Zoe, Mila. I love you guys to death, and obviously thank you to the Lord Jesus for dying on the cross for me and paying the price for my sins. Still can't quite comprehend that level of love, but thank you, Jesus. Thank you to you guys in the booth. At V Speed, you guys are amazing, just so amazing. I love watching your broadcast. Even the other, not just Goat Locker, but the other broadcasts you guys do. You're just so much fun to watch. Thanks to you guys for covering this great league, and thanks to the guys at Goat Locker for putting on this show. Having a great time, and congratulations to all the drivers out there. You got a classy group of drivers. I also want to point that out. If these guys see a faster car coming up, not if you're battling for position, but one of the leaders, they're all gentlemen out there. They all step aside and do the gentleman thing, and that's much appreciated. So thanks to them as well. And thank you guys again. Thank you.
All right. Well, there you have it. Your winner tonight, Rick Ravon, bringing home the win number 4. And I mean, technically 5, but I mean, technically, I guess not. But let's bring in our second place finisher, the being so patient, Christopher Gosh, as he jumped out. Let's jump him back in. Christopher, this Eddie in the booth got a copy.
Yep.
Well, man, congratulations on your second place finish. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like it was the Ravon show out there, but you started in 5th. Took you a little bit to get up through there. I mean, a little bit. It took you like one turn, but you got up to 3rd. You were kind of riding back there. Talk to me about your race, man. How'd it go?
It was good. On the start, I just tried to survive and then picked up a couple spots from a crash. And then from there, I was kind of just trying to not crash, just trying to cruise. And then I think Ryan spun, I think a little after the pit stop. And then just was trying to not mess up and let him back by. But
Well, you did that, and you come home in 2nd. Man, congratulations. Great finish. I mean, you had it was a blast watching you at Long Beach tonight. A little bit different story. Could not run down Rick Ravon this time. He was so far out there, but you still had a fantastic run. 2nd is 2nd, no matter if it's an inch or a mile, man. So congratulations on that. Who do you have to thank for your 2nd place finish tonight?
I'd like to thank Jam Printing and Promotions, Lincoln Tech, V Speed for broadcasting this, and then Alexander PCs.
All right. Well, there you have it. Christopher Gosh comes home in 2nd. And let's bring in everybody's favorite Ryan Pendleton in the booth with Eddie here tonight. That's me speaking in 3rd person. Congratulations on your 2nd place finish there, Ryan.
Hey, Eddie, good to hear from you. 3rd place. Yeah, should have been second place.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, third place.
But, actually, it shouldn't have been. I definitely didn't earn second place. I struggled all night. But, yeah, I appreciate it.
Well, I mean, what were you struggling with? I mean, you qualified really, really good. You had a really close time to Rick Ravon, and you kind of got started. Ravon kind of got away a little bit, but it seemed like you were in a pretty good little position. What was the plan when the green flag dropped?
Yeah, I was just talking to Rick about that. A great race by him, by the way. I felt decent qualifying because that was not my best lap. I saw the lap he put down. I figured maybe similar, but I was like, okay, I can run those times. I was okay with him getting out, 2.5 second lead there, as long as it didn't really continue to gap. But man, I was struggling on corner entry. The car was just so free. I could not get the balance right. Then probably started overdriving a little bit. Obviously, I spun, which didn't help, but just struggled all night. Finally asked Provo, my teammate, he's pretty in tune with these cars. I was like, dude, tighten this up. What do I need to do in the car? He gave me some roll bar adjustments that did help, but I mean, too little, too late. Yeah, just struggled with the balance tonight and didn't feel comfortable, and it was on, and I wasn't feeling that in practice or qualifying, so just kind of threw me for a loop. So I guess I should be happy bringing it home in third.
Yeah. Well, I mean, still a fantastic race. You put down some serious speed. You showed that you could contend with old Rick, and but third place for you tonight, man. Congratulations, as always, man. Who do you have to thank?
Yeah, always start out with you, Eddie, V Speed, everything you guys do. I think it's so awesome that everyone's jumped up in the league and volunteered their time and effort and what goes into these broadcasts. I don't think people have any idea. So huge shout out to the broadcast team and you guys at V Speed doing it. And then of course this is Lincoln Tech IndyCar Series, so huge sponsor Lincoln Tech, iRacing, MK Fire Design, Sim Motion, everyone that helps out the league. I know I say it every time, but I mean it. So that's the only good part about me having to do these interviews. I get to thank everyone that supports this league. Huge shout out, Pat, Jamie, Jake, everyone, our board members at Goat Locker. If they're watching, I know a lot of times they do. So excited what's coming in the future. Excited for this, charity fundraiser race we got coming up. So I want everyone in the league to sign up, try to run those heats. Let's raise some money and get another simulator out to another vet or first responder.
All right. Hell yeah. Love that. Congratulations, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks, Eddie.
Well, my goodness. Well, that'll do it. Man, what a fun race. Indy Road Course. And this is the appetizer, baby, because next week we hit the Indy Oval. Take a look at that schedule real quick before we bounce on out of here. You can see we're almost halfway through the season. Can you believe it? Me neither. Indy Grand Prix. Tonight we got the Indy Oval, and then we go to Detroit for the 14th of October. We'll take a little week off there for that charity race, and then we'll hit some really awesome, very Indy tracks there on the back half of the schedule. It's been a great season so far. It's only going to continue to get better. Now it's on the field. I mean, Ravon's kind of planted the flag. He said, hey, I'm here to win every single race. Y'all come get me. So, hey, these guys, if they want to get up there and battle with them, they're going to have to step it up, find that little bit of extra, and kick the butt. I want to thank Pat and Jamie and everybody at Goat Locker, all the folks that make this thing go around, all the admins, all of the race control, all of the people who put in work, doing little things here and there, all the Goats, Warriors, and SimRig recipient, all of our sponsors that we love so much, and all you viewers out there, V-Speed, Bradley Cooper, Adam Baker, Morgan Cook, Logan Threlkeld, everybody over there at V-Speed that does awesome work that we get to work with, and it's a pleasure to do that. Dougie Beard for his cameras. And I'm Eddie Smith, y'all. I hope it's been a great race for you. It was a lot of fun for me. We'll see y'all next week. You better get ready. Indy Oval is going to be something else.